Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Call Halayim La, Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, Bashim Harakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles of GMS who rule well and teach well, and Shalom to all you brothers and sisters out there pushing the truth in all honesty and sincerity. All right, I seen an article that I want to go into and put some scriptures out. It's about slavery, and it's about the New Year's, the pagan holiday that you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians are about to go out here, party, drinks, do drugs, sell your bodies, prostitute yourselves, be whores, take drugs, another pagan custom that our people are, consumed in with partaking in, but they don't know the history behind it. They don't know some history behind it. And the Lord has showed me today some history behind, New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. All right. The Wadi Habashimal Shai. All right. So here's Deuteronomy chapter 31, verse 29. This is Moses talking to the elders, all right, of all the tribes. All right. So for I know that after my death you will utterly corrupt yourselves, and that's what our people have done, and that's what our people will continue to do, corrupt themselves based on the customs of the heathens, all right, and turn aside from the way which I have commanded you. And the way that Moses commanded us was to follow after Yahweh Shemal Shai, all right? And evil will befall you in the later days, because ye will do evil in the sight of Yahweh Shemal Shai to provoke him to anger through the work of your hands. All right, I'm about to get into this evil that has befallen our people in the latter days as Moses spoke on, okay? All right, this is the article on Times talking about the slaves dreaded New Year's Day, the worst, the grim history of January 1. And you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, y'all want to go out here and party and celebrate New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, whatever the hell is called, all right? And y'all been sold, man. Y'all being sold on this day, all right? Here we go. I'm getting to this article. Americans are likely to think of New Year's Eve and New Year's Day as the time to celebrate the fresh start of a new year, of of to celebrate the fresh start that a new year represents. But there is also a troubling side to this holiday's history. All right, it's a pagan custom. All right, so ain't no real holiday. All right, in the years before the Civil War, the first day of the year was often heartbreaking. One for enslaved people in the United States. All right. All the Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians that were here are here and are spread across the globe, they are nothing, they are doing nothing but being oppressed continually. All right. So fuck this shit. Talking about just here in America, our people are everywhere, all right, being oppressed. All right. In the so-called African American community, all right, we know that we Israelites, all right, we're not African and we're not American, okay, all right. New Year's Day used to be widely known as hiring day or heartbreak day. All right, I'm gonna get into that too, as I continue to read this. As Israelites, as an African American abolitionist, journalist William Cooper Neal described it. He's an Israelite, all right, because or he might be an Israelite. He maybe Salakia. Let me take that back. I don't know. I didn't look this guy up, and I don't know who he is. I just seen African American abolitionist journalist. He might be an Edomite, but he was a journalist for the abolition of slavery. All right, so forgive me. All right, because enslaved people spent New Year's Eve wondering if their owners were going to rent them out to someone else, thus potentially splitting up their families. the renting the renting out of slave labor was a relatively common practice in the antebellum South, and a profitable practice for white slave owners and heirs. All right, you white people, y'all gonna pay for this, man. Everything that y'all did to our people, the Lord's people, all right, is gonna come to y'all double, man. All right, double. All right, the scriptures roughly paraphrase and say, uh, reward her double as she has done unto thee. All right, roughly paraphrasing. All right. Hiring day I'm gonna have a hiring day every day in the damn kingdom. All right. Hiring day was part of the larger economic cycle in which most debts were collected and settled on New Year's Day, says Alexis McCrossin, an expert on the history of New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, and a a professor of history at the Southern Methodist University, who writes about hiring day in her forthcoming book Times, touched on the New Year in American life. All right, hey, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, you go out here and you celebrate New Year's Day and New Year's Eve. You celebrating another pagan custom as you did following the folly of Christmas. Okay, you celebrating the days of your people being sold, man. All right. But you Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians don't care. Y'all gonna understand and know through death by pain, roughly paraphrasing, okay? All right. Some enslaved people were brought up for auction that day or held under contracts that started in January. These transactions also took place all year long, and contracts could last for different amounts of time. These deals were conducted privately among families, friends, and business contracts, and slaves were handed over in town squares, on courthouse steps, and sometimes simply on the roadside, on side of the road, according to divided mastery, slave hiring in the American South. All right, by Jonathan Martin. Accounts of the cruelty of hiring day uh, come from records left by those who secured their freedom, who describe spending the day before January 1, hoping and praying that their hires would their hirers would be humane and that their families could stay together. You think that happened? No. You know why it didn't happen? It was part of the curses. All right. You know what? Let me get some of these curses, man. All right. Because hey, this was part of the folly or the evil that we did, uh for disobeying the Lord. All right. This is Deuteronomy. All right, I'm gonna start at 25 and I'm gonna just go on down. All right, the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai shall cause thee to be smitten before thine enemies. Thou shalt go out one way against them and flee 7 ways before them, and thou shalt be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth. Hey, just because it happened to the so-called Negroes here doesn't mean it wasn't happening to the other tribes uh that were in that were and in America at the time, and spread abroad throughout the other countries, because the Lord scattered us. Okay, all right, He scattered us. Just look, and thou shalt be removed to all kingdoms of the earth. All right, the Lord scattered us. So everything that happened to the Negroes here, all right, I'm sure it's well documented that it happened to the Negroes in other countries, as well as our other Israelite brothers and sisters. Okay, all right. Um, all right. Let me go to 28. The Lord will smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. All right. Hey, the Lord, hey, that's what He did to us. All right. He made us. He made us. For transgression, He made us go through those ailments, man. All right. Let me see. What do I got marked? This is 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto other people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thy hand. All right. Hey, look, all these people could do, all right, was pray, man. All right. That's hoping and praying that their hires would be humane and their families could stay together. You think that happened? No. All right. Of all days in the year, the slaves dreaded New Year's Day the worst of any. A slave named Lewis Clark said it in an account in 1842. On New Year's Day, we went to auctioneer blocks to be hired to the highest bidder for 1 year. All right. Israel Campbell wrote in a memoir published in 1861 in Philadelphia, in which times he described being hired out three times. That's when they say that's where that saying comes from, that what you do on New Year's Day, you'll be doing the rest of the year. A former slave known as Sister Harrison said in an interview in 1937. Harriet Jacobs wrote a particular detailed account, the slave's New Year's Day, a chapter of her 1861 autobiography in incidents in the life of a slave girl hiring day at the South takes place on the 1st of January. On the 2nd, the slaves are expected to go to their new master, she wrote. She observed slave owners and farmers renting out human chattel for extra income during the period between the cotton and the corn harvest and the next planting season. From the wicked holiday where you worshiping Nimrod and his mama Semiramis, all right, so-called Christmas, all right, well, it is called Christmas, all right, to New Year's Eve, many families would wait anxiously to find out whether they would be rented out to, and to whom. On New Year's Day, at the appointed year, hold on, y'all, hold on. All right. She observed slave owners and families renting out their human chattel for extra income during the period between the cotton and the corn harvest and the next planting season from Christmas to New Year's Eve. Many families would wait anxiously to find out whether they would be rented out and to whom. On New Year's Day, at the appointed hour, the grounds are thronged with men and women and children waiting like criminals to hear their doom pronounced. Jacobs wrote, "Hey, but our doom, all right, we transgressed against Yahweh Shem Al Shai, worshiping idols, all right, doing the things that heathens did, partaking in their customs, okay, not following after how Moses set it up that we needed to be, man. All right. I read earlier that Moses knew we was gonna go off, man. All right. So let me get this. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 41. Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. All right, look, their families was being ripped from them and sold, man. All right, their families was being ripped from them and sold. Okay, all right. Oh, let me get this one. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 37. And thou shalt become astonishment and a proverb and a byword among all the nations where Yahweh Shema Shai shall lead thee. All right, hey, people was buying you, man. Oh, they was astonished. Look at that. Look at that so-called. I'm not. I don't like to say it, but I'm gonna say, look at that black man over there. They want to say. They probably said, "Nigger, let's buy that nigger right there." You know, shit like that, man. All right. Oh yeah, he looks good. He look like he'll do some good work in the field. Let's buy that nigger right there. All right. This is verse 43. The stranger that is with thee shall get above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. Look at that, man. Your enemy was selling you. All right. That's how low you were. That's to the point where you couldn't even fight back. You were so low, mentally, physically, all right, spiritually. You were brought down low, man, because we transgressed the laws of Yahweh Shem Al Shai, and we doing that today. All right, we doing that today. All right, again, still, man. All right. So on one of these fateful days, Jacob saw a mother lead 7 children to the auction block. She knew that some of them would be taken from her, but they took all. They took all her kids, man. You so-called white people, y'all gonna pay for this shit, man. Y'all gonna pay for this shit. The slave trader who took the children wouldn't tell her where he was taking them because they depended on where he could get the highest price. Jacob said she would never forget the mother crying out, "Gone, all gone. Why didn't God kill me?" Hey, the Lord didn't kill you because he wanted you to see the 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 outcome of you transgressing the laws of Yahweh Shema Shai. That's why the Lord didn't kill you, all right? Enslaved people who attempted to resist going to their new masters were whipped and thrown in jail until they relented and promised not to run away during the new arrangement. Older slaves were also particularly vulnerable, as Jacobs described. Um, one owner trying to hire out a feral, roughly 70-year-old woman because he was moving away. But the history of New Year's and American slavery is not. And hold on, I'm trying to read this right. But the history of New Year's Day and American slavery is not all horror. The holiday was associated with freedom. Shit, ain't no damn freedom come, man. All right. Ain't no freedom come from this. Let's finish reading this nonsense. All right, talking about freedom. The federal ban on the transatlantic slave trade went into effect on New Year's Day. All right, whatever. All right, but our people were still fucking sold, man. All right, and you niggas, man, you got them spics and you so-called Native American Indians. Y'all want to go out and celebrate this day, man. All right, look at this. Remember this. Let me Google. Let me see. Let's see what they got for hiring day, man, or heartbreak day. Look at this. In the African American community, New Year's Day used to be widely known as hiring day or heartbreak day as the look, same thing I just read, man. All right. All right. Look at that. All right, all these images are pointless, but this one right there, man. All right. Let me get back to these scriptures, man. All right. Because hey, we transgressed the laws of Yahweh Shemal Shai. All right, and that's what our punishment is and was, man. All right. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 63. All right. And it shall come to pass that as Yahweh Shemal Shai rejoiced over you to do good and to multiply you, so Yahweh Shemal Shai rejoiced over you to destroy you and to bring you to naught. And you shall be plucked off the land whether thou goest to possess it. All right. The Lord, hey, he's destroying us, man. All right. And he's almost done with the destruction of our people, man. But we got to continue to wake our people up, man, all right, to who they were and who they are, man, according to the Bible, man, all right? Let me see. And Yahweh Shemal Shai will scatter thee among all the people from one end of the earth to the other, even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. And that's what you so-called Negroes is doing right now, celebrating a custom. That's serving other gods, okay? Because you're not serving Yahweh Shemal Shai, because you're not turning to the Lord, the God of the Bible, Yahweh, and the Son Yahweh Shai. You following the customs of whatever ancient Babylonian customs was set up for America, Rome, all right? Whatever Roman customs they had set up that they practice in the day, okay? And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and thou shalt have no assurance of thy life. Did these people have assurance of their life when their kids were getting snatched out of their hands? I skipped the verse, but let me go back up to 65. And among these nations thou shalt find no ease. Did these people find any ease on New Year's Day and New Year's Eve? No. All right, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. They didn't have no rest, man, because they was when they refused to go, they got beaten, put in jail, and then they was either gonna get beat again or they had to submit to going to the land of the oppressor, all right? Going to be that hireling for that year or for that day, all right? But the Lord shall give thee a trembling heart and a failing of eyes and sorrow of the mind. And that's what the Lord gave us, man, because we did wrong, all right? The Lord didn't do wrong. The Lord is just, man, all right? Just as you would punish your child for, not doing the dishes, not cleaning up the room, not cleaning up his bathroom, or whatever, that's what the Lord did to us, man, all right? And he told us what he was going to do to us. And we are witnessing through historical revelations and through the men of great millstone teaching us the Bible that we are the children of Israel. All right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, we are the children of Israel, man. This happened to us. All right, and thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and thou shalt have no assurance of thy life. These people didn't have assurance of their life then, and we don't have assurance of our life now, man. You could get a ticket or get your brains blown out for riding down the street, man. All right. Of course, you know you gotta be suspected of doing something, but the cops could suspect you of anything, man, and have reasons to pull a gun out on you, and they'll be totally justified, man. So, what assurance do you have of your life, man? These people didn't have none back in their day. All right. Back in their day, during this hiring, this bullshit right here, our people went through. You white people, y'all gonna pay for this, man. All right, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem outside, man. In my kingdom, y'all gonna be sitting on the um, courthouse steps, if that's what I have on my planet, man. 24/7, man. All right. But on the Sabbath, y'all gonna get y'all rest, but y'all gonna be resting right there on the courthouse steps till one of my brothers wanna come by y'all. All right. And then I'm gonna have the other nations whipping y'all, man. You fucking white people, y'all gonna pay, man. All right, y'all gonna pay. All right. All right. So with that, I want to say Barakath Yahweh, Barakath Yahweh Shai, Barakath Yahweh, Barakath Yahweh Shai, Call Halayim La, Yahweh Shema Shai, by Shema Rakak Dash. I want to give double honors to the apostles of GMS who will and teach well. And Shalom to all you brothers and sisters out there pushing this truth and all honesty and sincerity. All right. Kwame Yasharala. All right. Kwame Yasharala. Kwame Yasharala. All right. Yahweh Shema Shai, by Shema Rakak Dash. Baba Kasha, Baba Kasha, Baba Kasha. Tapalatia Shemaya Taha. Shalak Rayam, Ararium, Wa Abad Babal, Wa Abad Adawam, Shalawam.